Joe Scarborough was discussing Iraq this morning, and he made some very strange comments considering that in the past on this issue he was fairly reasonable. He doesn't seem to be anymore. Let's listen.
It's just not enough to say George W. Bush broke it, and now, well, gee, that gives Barack Obama a free pass. I'm not saying you're saying that. There are some of his supporters that were saying that.
There is no doubt that the surge under Bush and General Petraeus, the surge worked. But what did it work as? It wasn't a victory.
It staved off defeat.
That's right. That's exactly what it did. It held back the forces that are now in play.
We held Anbar Province. Would we rather hold Anbar Province, or would we rather have ISIS hold Anbar Province? And at some point, Barack Obama and his people are going to have to admit they really screwed up by getting out of Iraq as quickly as possible. This is what the 2012 election was about. They need to admit they screwed up. They moved out too quickly. He was just as ideological getting out as George W. Bush was ideological getting in.
That was the best example ever of false equivalence. He says George W. Bush and the Republicans, sure, they're too extreme on the interventionist side and they get involved in too many wars. But then you have people like Obama and he just withdrew too fast from Iraq. And that's just as extreme. No, Joe. No, it's not extreme. That's the right thing to do. Here's what Joe Scarborough does not have an answer for. He doesn't understand, or he refuses to acknowledge, that whenever we leave Iraq, it's going to go to shit. So if we left when we did leave, it was going to go to shit. If we left 5 years later, it was going to go to shit. If we left 20 years later, it was going to go to shit. If we stayed there 100 years and then we left, it's going to go to shit. So what are you saying? Are you suggesting that we stay there forever? Because we have terms for that. That would be an occupation. That would be old school style British imperialism. I mean, this is how places or empires have acted throughout history that we mock ruthlessly. And we should, because that's not how civilized people act anymore. That's how barbarians and savages act. You conquer places and then you say, okay, we're just going to stay here. I don't know what he's advocating for. I really don't understand it. What, you wanted to draw down slower? Well, again, if you draw down slower, again, eventually there's going to be chaos in Iraq. So if we stay there forever, we're risking American lives, and we're just bleeding money. I mean, nobody wants to spend that money to just keep troops there for no reason. And then if we get out, of course there's going to be the rise of some extremist jihadist group, because we radicalized the region and destabilized it when Bush went in the first place. So what's your answer? He doesn't have an answer. His answer is just to criticize. His answer is to pretend to be above the fray and pretend to be this fair centrist thinker where he goes, you know, of course I go after George W. Bush because of the initial war, and I should, but I also go after Obama because he went out too fast. No, there's no false equivalence here. The only reason anybody should get mad at Obama is for what he's doing right now, which is going back into Iraq. I mean, that's the only reason anybody should be angry at him. The only foreign policy solution that makes sense, and this doesn't mean that it's going to be a utopia over there, there's not going to be puppies and rainbows and we all get to hold hands and sing Kumbaya, but the right thing to do in terms of the conflicts that we're involved in right now, just get out. Just get out. I'd get out today if I was president. I would get out today. And I'm talking everywhere. I'm talking Iraq, I'm talking Syria, I'm talking Afghanistan, and people say, oh, the Taliban's going to take over. Maybe. It's none of our business, though. Sorry. I believe in this thing called national defense. So what would I do? Well, I would make sure I would still keep a strong military. I'm still in favor of having the largest military in the world. But what people don't know is that if we cut it 50%, we would still be the largest military in the world by far. So I'd cut the military like 50%, and then I'd train them to actually do national defense. I mean, this is what used to be a common sense position, that you don't fuck with anybody unless they fuck with you first, unless there's about to be an attack on you. Then, of course, you defend the nation. So that's what I would do. Out of Iraq, out of Afghanistan, out of Syria, out of all the other places that were doing drone strikes, Pakistan, Yemen, Somalia. Just get out of there, and then what happens? Sure, people in those places are going to be mad at us for a very long time, and the regions are further radicalized because you killed so many innocent people. The people are going to join up with extremist groups. So yeah, they're going to be mad at us. Yeah, they're going to want revenge. Maybe some will act on it, but most of them probably won't. But over time, guess what? They have enough internal problems where the U.S. isn't going to be a main concern to attack the U.S. in these places. We make it more of a concern when we stay over there. But if we get out of there, like take ISIS, for example, you know what they would be concerned with as soon as the U.S. stops fighting them? They would be concerned with Bashar Assad. They would be concerned with the Shiite government in Iran. They hate all Shiites and because they're Sunni and they want to kill all Shiites. Well, Iran is a Shiite nation, so they'd be concerned with Hezbollah. They'd be concerned all things in the region. So they would be fighting within the region. In other words, not focused on us. We could just mind our business and save our money and focus on rebuilding America. I mean, how is that a radical idea? In Detroit, the fucking water is turned off. We don't have the money to turn back on the water, but we have the money to do airstrikes every single day in Syria and Iraq in a fight that's not even ours? No, it doesn't make any sense. Get out of the Middle East right now. Enough with this bullshit false equivalence like Obama's just as radical as Bush because he's slightly less interventionist. Please spare me. The right answer is to be as non-interventionist as humanly possible.